I got one for that too.
The only thing I can see going wrong with that is I don't like the DeWalt batteries. I love the Milwaukee batteries.
Right.
All it's going to do is lead the
You can run a fucking
manufacturers-
Milwaukee battery in a DeWalt fuel.
But all they're going to do is cause manufacturers to add more coating into a battery so that if it's their own brand, you'll get a little bit longer lifespan. You can't disprove it.
That's fine.
Our tool is just more efficient at the power than DeWalt's is. All it's going to lead to...
I don't think they will.
I think they will.
How? It's power. It's just 18 volts of power.
But if it can detect that it's in, say...
A Milwaukee.
If you have a Milwaukee battery and it detects that it's in a DeWalt, it can artificially sandbag itself. Like, oh, no, this battery's really just draining. And then Milwaukee can say, oh, no, we're not doing anything with the battery. The DeWalt tool is just not as efficient as ours.
See, the way I think they can get away with it is, okay, so Milwaukee's 18 volt.
DeWalt is still 20, I think.
But doesn't matter.
But let's say Milwaukee goes to 18.4 volt. DeWalt's at 20 volt.
It'll still run. An 18 volt battery will still run an 18.4.
Maybe DeWalt's won't work under 19 volts.
I don't know. Are we rolling?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an interesting topic. We'll have to see what the manufacturers
The video,
do.
I should have watched the video earlier today, but I've been busy. So hopefully, I think it's going to pan out. Just like the horsepower wars. The Chevy, Dodge, Ford, whatever. They're all making some sort of muscle car in the last few years. All dying now. But the consumers, it costs us an arm and a leg, but the consumers come out winning because Ford makes an 800 horsepower car. Chevy's got to make a 900 horsepower to compete with. Dodge's got to make a 1,000 horsepower Hellcat Monster to compete with that.
But
in the end, the consumer wins the horsepower war.
Yeah.
If you can afford it.
But that's because people want to buy a car with more horsepower. But when it comes to tools, most people are buying a tool to sit in their garage, like you, to sit in their garage.
And
the
not
people that
anything.
are looking for longer life batteries and more power, like Trigger, are a much smaller aspect of the market. Whereas higher horsepower cars, who's going to say no? Who doesn't want a car that will accelerate stupid fast if you sneeze and hit the throttle a little too much?
Obviously, you bought a 305 Camaro.
How many cubes?
Three
is
more.
your Mustang?
It still accelerates a whole lot faster than that 305.
A lot gayer.
Maybe.
305 just rolls off the tongue, man.
I feel like the best way to say 302 is with a lisp.
302?
302.
Say it that way to Tyson, buddy.
Who? Oh, yeah.
I seen a video today showing that the contract for that fight is against Tyson. If he knocks Jake Paul out in the first round, he gets nothing. If he knocks Jake Paul out in the second round, he gets next to nothing. Third round, a little more money. Fourth round, 8 rounds. He has to go 8 rounds to get paid. By then, Mike Tyson, 60 years old, he's going to be fucking worn out.
Mm-hmm. Can we have a repeat of the pregame? My favorite saying by Tyson. He said before a match back in, I think, the 90s. And, the internet doesn't like to have it out there, but it's my favorite Mike Tyson quote. I'll fuck you till you love me, faggot. So the competitor, I guess there was some suspicion that he was gay, and it was addressed a lot by Tyson.
Probably by everybody at that time.
Well, by everybody. But Tyson said that. Like, I'll fuck you till you love me. Obviously, he's not very homophobic. He used a word that can be construed that way now, but I'll fuck you till you love me? That's dedication.
So either way, just because I'm I'm all for Tyson knocking this jacktastic
Dude.
asshole
Yeah, but I
out
want Tyson
in
to
the
make some
first
money.
fucking 15
Right.
seconds of the first fucking round. I just want him to fucking pummel him.
How do you not get any money for knocking him out in the first round? The contract is super against Tyson. And not only that, Jake Paul got to pick the referees.
You know, part of me wants Tyson to just knock him out in the first round,
Not get paid and be.
not get
And
paid,
Walk the fuck out and,
and
say,
walk out and be like, he couldn't stand up to me.
Oh, God. There's one for you. Car stuff. The highest torque ever in a factory naturally aspirated V8 engine. So no turbo, no supercharger, no nitrous. Factory natural aspirated engine.
Is it the 7.3 push rod?
No. V8, like muscle car. So what do you think? Who do you think won that fight?
LS.
Dodge.
LS.
Naturally aspirated.
Dodge.
2006. That me?
That's your phone.
That's me. 2006 to 20. No, that wasn't, so 481 pound-feet of torque in the Chevy LS7.
7-liter engine. They've been putting that thing in a couple cars I've seen.
Yep. So I thought that was neat. But 481 pound-feet of torque doesn't sound like a lot. You strap a supercharger on top of that thing,
You just doubled it.
forget it. You're right.
That's I think that's more
It was
torque.
in the Z28 Camaros and Z06 Corvettes of the time. The other one I got to read up on.
Yeah, that's a beefy amount of power.
The last affordable sedan from GM is dying. Like the Camaro's dying, the Challenger's dying, and whatever. What do you think car it is? What car do you think that it is?
Malibu.
Yep.
No, not a Malibu. Is it a
No,
Malibu
it's
or
Malibu.
I was actually thinking Impala. I meant to say
Gas-powered
Impala.
American
pretty
sedan
similar
dies this
nowadays.
year. Great American sedan.
Well, like even Ford's
Did it say
looking to
Kuno?
move away from like sedans and move towards the SUVs, crossovers, and other.
They want to
See.
get rid of this Malibu and get an electric car. And I'm like, nobody is buying electric cars. They're going to get rid of it. And then, guess what? They're going to come back just like the Camaro did. So,
Well, I hope,
let's see.
hopefully they revamp it back to at least late 70s Malibus.
They
early
won't do that.
70s.
Well,
1970.
late 60s if we're going to go that far. Late 60s
let's do
Malibus.
that.
But if the Malibu of the last freaking 18 years, that's a piece of shit. That's a fucking Cavalier.
GM has sold more
should
than
know.
10 million Malibus since 1964 worldwide and will end production in November. The Detroit automaker is investing $390 million at its Kansas assembly plant to build next-generation Chevrolet Bolt EVs. Are you fucking kidding me? That being said, so I was talking to the
Wait.
Rivian guy. They're building them in Illinois, Wisconsin. But the state of Illinois is giving Rivian $900 million to build a plant in Illinois. The government is giving them $900 million to build a plant.
In tax breaks or actual
Cash, apparently.
How
They got no cap. They don't have the $900 million in capital. They're losing $35,000 each car they're selling at the moment. Where Ford is losing, what would we say, $130-some thousand every EV they're selling right now.
So
The subsidies from the government are taking care of the black.
GM is building a lot of battery plants to go with all that EV shit. You know, the government's subsidizing those projects. So our tax money is going to pay to build a battery plant that will eventually pollute our groundwater. And not to mention, recently I found out that the local power plant near where the battery plant's being built, they're building a new power generation building to generate more power to power that fucking battery plant. They've been telling the citizens of Lansing for years.
I think our camera got turned. I'm not even on it.
Oh, you want to go turn it?
I can.
They've
Go
been
ahead.
telling the citizens of Lansing for years, all summer long, turn down your AC. There. Turn down your AC or we're going to have rolling brownouts. But now that the battery plant's moving in, they're going to build a new power generation plant to generate more power to power this damn thing.
So they wouldn't do it for the citizens, but they'll do it for a company
Fuck the
that
people.
they're going to get money from.
Fuck the people. Let's pollute the environment.
Yeah.
What's going to happen when all the pot plants around Lansing don't have enough power to run because the battery chargers need all that power instead? The
So-
fucking guys are going to go on their heads.
So I finally got curious.
Oh, I stink.
Finally
shower.
got curious, and I asked. Yeah. I was actually at a pot place today, and I asked them, like, why does every grow operation I see have massive air handlers outside? All of them. That's one of the telltale signs of a grow operation is a lot of big air conditioners outside. And that hazard warning on the door, because they all fucking have it. So most of them run.
What does the hazard warning say? Walking in here, you're going to be stoned.
The blue it's the diamond, different color
Placard?
diamond
Okay.
placard. It's number 2 in the blue, and everything else is 0. I forgot what all the specifics
Inhalation
of it.
hazard.
All the ones you've been in, do you think you could pass a piss test?
Actually, I had a random recently, and I did. So I asked them, like, why do they all have big air handlers? Because I actually went to a grow operation that they're setting up, and there's not air handlers outside. So I asked them, like, so why do I keep seeing air handlers outside of all these other ones, but not this one? It's a telltale sign to find one. And he said, so typically at the grow operations, they use high pressure sodium lamps, like 1,000 watt high pressure sodium lamps. That's why you get that yellowish tinge in the greenhouses. Gives you all the good wavelengths that you want to grow the plants. So then you have to cool the air back down so the plants aren't cooking. So they need all those big lights. Well, they have a new LED light panel that they're patenting. I guess the paperwork's in the works. But it's a like 3x3
great.
sheet with 9 LED cobs. I mean, these chips are this fucking big.
Cobb is chip on board.
Chip on board and under a lens. It's a big fucking
And the lens is going to direct the light where it wants.
outwards.
Yeah.
So
See, I thought the cob meant, because I got some cob lights in my pole barn.
no, it's,
I thought they meant
Look like a corn cob.
cob.
no,
It's chip on board.
Oh, okay. Cool. I didn't know that.
So they have 9 of those beefy. I've seen some of those 100 watts a piece for those beefy chips under a
That's-
lens.
A 5 watt is bright as shit.
Yeah. Well, this is a grow operation.
Word.
So they have 9 of those on a panel with its own power cable, and obviously it needs a heat sink to pull the heat away. Well, they actually set it up. I think part of their patent is that the water is circulated behind the panel, like through the heat sink, so they can pump cool well water in, filtered, and run it through, and it'll cool the panels down. And then he said they use that warm water and duct it through the floors of like the office building or the lab, the non-grow part of the building
For heat.
to heat the rest of the building based on what they're already using. So by using LED, the power usage is more efficient, and they get more light, more bang for their buck, and don't have to cool it as much.
And get to heat the office.
And the cooling that they're doing is heating the rest of the building for them. So it's a much more efficient operation.
I can get on board with that then.
Yeah.
The pot part.
But,
No.
but like I told him, one of the things I'm not big into pot. It's not my kind of thing, and I definitely
I
don't
want
like
to
the way
try it.
smells.
I've never had it.
I definitely don't like the way it smells. It stinks.
Yeah. It smells
But
sticky.
one thing, and I can see Lansing's perspective on this, is these grow operations are buying old decrepit buildings, and they're dumping millions of dollars to run big power and fix up the insides of them to grow. I see where Lansing's coming from. We're fixing up well, they're fixing up old buildings all across the city just to grow weed, and then they go under in a year, and
How?
because there's so much competition.
You got to have some shtick.
So
The Willie Nelson thing,
I'm,
or
I'm
the
gonna say it. Skymint.
that's a
Pretty
big one.
sure. No, I think they're under now.
See, we went
because
by there to get to the Lansing thing.
One of their old, I guess their original grow facility, not where you saw. I saw Ryder trucks out there, and looked like they were hauling office furniture out of the office.
Did you tell me they went under because the
Execs
owner-
were stealing money.
That's what I thought. I mentioned it to
That was the old
Goose,
Summit
a.k.a.
building, right?
Alan.
Well, they bought the Summit. They started fixing it. They got part of it fixed. I think they built a kitchen in there to make edibles.
Brownies.
To make edibles. And then they went into receivership, so that all paused. Well, the building already reeks of weed.
Yeah.
And now I think they're completely under. Well, the building reeks of weed.
Somebody just needs to buy it and flip it. Because, I mean, they can turn it into, it's already there.
You're going to have to put air purifiers in there and just churn because it reeks of weed.
What do you think it's going to smell like anyways?
I don't know what they're going to use the building for.
Well, if you sell
It smells like the drywallers were just
But-
there. That's it.
None of the other
You ever smelt the drywaller?
grow companies that I've talked to have any interest in it because they are not large enough on the market to spend. You could probably get that building for $20 million right now
Pennies on the dollar, really.
because it's not finished. It's nowhere close to
But what
finished.
bank would tell them no? You
But-
could take over the whole weed fucking industry of that town.
Well, no.
That thing's
Because
huge.
there's so much competition. That's why Skymint couldn't hack it.
Looks like Lowell.
But since we're talking about governments taking cuts, I came across a video the other day. And he said something, talked about something that I've never really thought about. And he talked about how much money this distillery spends on tax every year.
Distillery liquor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whiskey. Bourbon, I guess. And the word he used that I never really came across was proof gallon. So I looked up the Michigan tax per proof gallon. It's $13.50 per proof gallon. And that doesn't mean shit to me. Those are just words. So I did the math. I found a calculator, did the math. So a fifth of your captain at 40%.
Yep.
The tax on that is $2.14.
I don't think it's that much. I think it's 35. But anyway, maybe 40.
750 milliliters.
Plus, you have a purchase.
Yeah.
No, actual
Plus you pay
purchase tax.
6% sales tax. So you're paying $2.14 per fifth on 40% just in
Proof.
federal alcohol tax. Then you're paying 6% sales tax. And then I'm sure they're paying tax because they're producing it.
The world is taxed.
So
to
if you
death.
buy a handle of half gallon of something 40 proof, that's $5.40 of tax. That's federal tax. They're getting off of you buying a handle.
Liquor is essential. They shouldn't be able to tax it.
Now, think about that on the distillery side of it. You got barrel proof, which is usually double what you get in a bottle, and it's 55 gallons at a time. And they have to pay tax on it. That's just to produce it. Then usually, like with rum, whiskey, bourbon,
Okay.
it has to sit in a cask in the warehouse for 5 years before they can even sell it and make that money back.
I think it depends on the brand or whatever they're doing.
Whatever
with it.
you're.
I don't think they do that with rum. I don't think they do that with Crown. I don't think.
I was going to say they've figured out ways to
Hand me that bottle.
do it in less time with pressurizing and all this other shit to make it a faster
Barrel-aged
process.
kind of thing.
It's like beer. Beer has to sit and ferment to get everything active for so long, but they
Why don't
do
you take
it
a
with
break and go mix
pressurizing.
a
I'm good.
SmashCast? They're so good.
But yeah, so for something like this bourbon trace in front of us, sits in a barrel maybe a year. Well, they have to pay tax on it as soon as it's produced, just to put it on a shelf. They're not making money on anything.
They're losing
they
money
make
up front.
up front. They don't make money until they start actually selling.
So they made it last May. This May they can crack it open. Well, they paid the taxes on it last May.
Yeah.
And let's say they paid $200 on tax for that barrel. Roughly. Maybe $250 on tax for that barrel. So they made 200 barrels that month in May. So they paid $2,500. No, $25,000 in tax on those 200 barrels. So they got to wait until this May to crack open and sell.
Oh, here. We'll listen to the video itself.
Every gallon of whiskey we make, we owe the government $13.50 a proof gallon. A barrel at 125 proof is 66 proof gallons. So every barrel we fill, we owe the government $894 in new make taxes day one. Brown Foreman alone pays roughly $4 million a day in new make taxes.
$4 million a day.
$8 million a week, $1 million a year. In your 4 to 7 years, remember recouping that money when you finally dump that whiskey, put it in a bottle, and sell it to the distributor. Every gallon of whiskey we make,
And they don't make shit to the distributor. The distributor makes money. The retailer makes money. They make money.
They get a slight cut out of it.
There's got to be
$800 a barrel. He said, I think $4 million a day. They pay.
$1 billion a year.
They
Holy
pay
shit,
in.
dude.
That's before they made the money back. He said, I think 4 to 5 years. It
I
sits
can't
in a barrel
imagine
before
why
they
there's
make
fucking
money.
bootleggers.
But
Yeah.
No
but
shit,
now
Sherlock.
look at it.
Huh, I wonder why people are building
that
still
in-
in the woods.
With that industry, if there's 160 distilleries that do that in a year, that money's the money that can go to the Ukraine.
That video was maybe 20 seconds long. That video single-handedly makes me want to drive to Kentucky and buy bootleg fucking whiskey.
Oh, it makes me want to go freaking.
I wanna help-
miles
I
down
wanna
the
help
road to
out the
fucking
little
elevator,
guy.
Get some fucking corn and make my own damn corn whiskey.
You know, I've thought about a couple times setting up a still.
I have too.
And then I
Very much
realized that when you start doing this distillery operation, the trees around your property start growing a black mold from all the excess moisture in the air.
Let's just chop all the trees off.
Yeah. That's fun.
Since we're on the topic
Let me
of
fire
tax
up the boiler
and
anyway.
money and different things about money and taxes, right? I sent you a screenshot of middle class income. What do you think middle class, Trigger? He's seen it. What do you think middle class income is in Michigan? And what do you think the high end and low end are in America?
Middle class,
Middle class income, the number.
80 to 100,000.
Salary
Yeah.
needed to be considered middle class in every state.
Michigan would be 80 to 100,000.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
91.
91K. Okay.
How the fuck did
Me,
we...
me and my wife have discussed this,
High and low for the nation then.
and not necessarily off that map. I'm sorry, not on that map, but
Yeah.
just
Who do you
in
think-
general.
High and low for the nation, and what state do you think is the high and lows?
Ohio's got to be the low because fuck Ohio, and high's got to be
Nope.
California because fuck California.
Nope. We're talking for middle class.
This
Middle
middle
class.
class income, salary needed to be considered middle class
What's
in
the
every state. Low
lowest
state,
middle
high
class?
state, and I'll
Virginia
pick
for lowest.
I'll pick out a couple of
New York for highest. No.
No.
Mississippi
Okay, I was
is the
gonna
lowest.
say, then I was going to think Alabama or Louisiana.
Mississippi is the lowest at 70,000 and change. 76.47. Yeah, 70.7.
Wait, no. Oh yeah, 71. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm reading the wrong one.
I mean, now since this came out, probably who knows when. It's probably 71 now. Anyway, Maryland is the highest. What do you think the number is on Maryland? Politician, state of politicians, right?
170.
Nope. 130,
No.
131, 281. So
Okay.
by now it's 132-ish, whatever. That's middle class, though. That's like the guy that works at Myers.
Just
guy that
getting
works
by.
at- The guy that works at farm depots.
Not the guy that's struggling to make ends meet, but the one
UPS,
that's just
ABF.
idled in the middle.
That's the struggle. The LTL drivers are probably in the struggle class.
Imagine going from middle class here to poor. in
So Maryland's at 131,281. California is right up there
Look at
at
Hawaii.
123. Hawaii, and I'm going to go all the weird ones, right? The ones that stand out.
Hawaii 126.
Yeah, Hawaii
What's New
126.
York?
New York was 109.
Oh, I would have figured them a little bit higher just because.
That's the state of New York,
Yeah.
not New York
Oh,
City. New York
okay.
City's probably,
Okay.
and it's not on here. It's
Illinois is 104, but you know Chicago is skewing the fuck out of that.
Chirac.
oh, dude, word. 97 for Wisconsin.
Hold on.
Alaska's 115. How the hell is Alaska 115 for medium?
Because you have to pay for an airplane to bring shit to you.
But also,
Shipping costs is a
they
bitch.
also do it per capita.
Wow, that's fucking crazy, dude.
Alaska may be one of the biggest. Is Alaska the biggest
the
state?
biggest state.
But for the biggest landmass state, per people that live in the state of Alaska,
They get royalties from
comparison.
oil companies. So every resident in Alaska, depending on how
Not
much.
that much.
Okay. Here's one that will throw a loop in the
okay,
thing, right? Michigan's 91K
okay,
with the 0%. What does Florida have? 0% property tax, or what do they got?
sales tax on food, or
Well, we
No.
have
Sales
zero.
tax.
sales
They have a
tax on
higher
food.
sales tax.
do they have a higher sales tax?
They have a zero property tax. Something they have zero property tax or something.
Okay,
Okay.
I don't live in Florida.
What do you
sorry, I
think
don't.
their median number is? Ours is 91. What do you think theirs is? I'm going to give it to you.
I'm gonna say 97.
91.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
the same as ours.
okay.
But
How fucked
hold
up
on.
is that?
Look at
You
the,
can live in Florida way cheaper. You don't have an AC. You don't
Why
have,
do
a,
you think
you don't have a
most-
heat bill.
look at the color differences between Florida and Michigan.
I
though.
seen that. I don't understand that.
All right, so we're 91K. Indiana and Ohio are both 89. Why is it that high?
We're a manufacturer state.
No. Why
But
is
Indiana and Ohio
that
are
high?
only $2,000 less. $2,000 less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Well, hold on. They have a lot less cost for insurance.
Yeah.
That's auto insurance. Homeowners insurance is probably less.
That's why Jamie has a fucking place in Indiana is because
For plates.
He saves so much money on insurance of plates.
Yeah.
Dude, it pays for itself.
It
Yeah.
pays
He's got a,
for
he's got
the
a place
house.
for the family to go take a vacation if they want.
Yeah.
Which
He's-
I'd be.
He
My kids would
saves
be.
money by having a second house.
Yeah, me and him discussed it before. That
Yeah. He
The
said
only
something to me
reason-
about it. I'm like, that
the only
makes
reason
sense,
he
bro.
keeps it is it saves him so much money.
Yeah, yeah.
Then if he's out of state, then he can stop by, have a place to crash.
Maybe he's got. I mean, you could just sublet the fucker if you wanted to, for verbo it.
I've seen some.
Even if it's a
stuff
single
about
wide
that.
trailer, who gives a shit?
What was it? I think it was
So it
Verbo.
is.
What was it? Verbo. I think I saw.
That's a drink.
That's a drink.
I
That-
better get a beer. First beer of the
First
night.
beer of the night. Pretty sure that sounded like Valley engine performance.
Dodge.
Yeah, he sent me a picture the other day of the puppy. Oh, his puppy's so gorgeous.
I saw a thing the other day. I think maybe it was Verbo, but this lady was staying in a rental Airbnb, staying there, and there was notes all over everything. Like there will be an extra charge if you use the pool table. There's an extra charge if you use the washing machine. Don't sit on this chair. It was my husband's favorite chair, but left it in the unit.
No, guess what?
And then hold on. So she got a note the next day, basically adding extra charges because you used the pool table twice. Well, how do you know I used it twice? How do you know I didn't just use it once? Which means there's got to be cameras hidden. And all the comments told her, fight them fucking charges. Either
Oh,
she's
yeah.
spying on you, or, which is against policy,
Yeah.
or, actually, no, or. She's either spying on you
Or illegally recording you.
or illegally recording you, but don't leave a chair in the unit you don't want someone to sit in. Don't charge someone to use a pool table that you left in the unit. Don't charge someone to use the washing machine you left in the unit.
I've heard a lot of horror stories lately about that whole thing.
It's gotten worse. I've used it a couple times, and a couple times it's been kind of weird. Sometimes it's okay, but it's from
You
everything
definitely-
I've seen, it's gotten worse.
You definitely don't want to be walking around naked in any room, bathroom or not.
I think the first time I did it,
Walk around naked in one of them.
I stopped in Aiken, South Carolina, to see family before continuing to Florida to see my mom. And what I thought I was getting was a private room or whatever.
Jerk shack.
Private suite, I think it said. Well, it's a room in their house. So that
Private
was
suite.
weird. It wasn't
Did she
even...
make you breakfast in the morning?
I left early as fuck. But I get there.
Was it cheaper than a hotel?
I get there, and they're big owl. It was cheaper than a hotel. They were big into owls. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I had some beer. I bought some beer at the local gas station, and I sat out by the curb with my uncle, had a couple beers, and then I'm like, well, I guess I got to go inside and go to bed. And I went in, immediately shut the door. This is fucking weird. I don't like this setup, but I saved a ton of fucking money. Crashed, woke up first thing in the morning, packed my shit. I'm like, it's been great. Thanks, bye.
Super
And
weird. My ass hurts, but okay, bye.
fucking bailed my ass out of there. Oh, there was a gun under the fucking pillow the entire night.
I believe it. It should have fucking been. Jesus, that's weird.
Look, I think I've used it a different time and got a decent place. But for the most part,
Shit.
Airbnb type of thing and Lyft is just weird. I don't like being in someone else's car.
See, I don't mind Lyft and Uber and all that.
I've used it, and I will probably continue to use it for certain things. But it is still weird getting into the back of someone's privately owned car to get shuttled somewhere, and all you're thinking is this one of them crazy fucks I keep hearing about?
Uh-huh.
No, see,
Am I going to wake up in a motel in an ice bath?
I used it for the first time out in Vegas. I used Lyft and Uber, and it's the only way to go out in Vegas.
Yeah, we ended up having to use it. So, that's funny you said that. 2 years ago, right now, we were in Vegas. Me and the old lady. I've been getting all the pictures, and shit from the memories and stuff. Now I want to go back. I had a good time.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna go back at some point.
Well,
We need to
hold
get our
on.
kids situated, but I mean, I got braces on 2 kids. I got an open house coming up. Shit ain't.
Ideally,
I owe like $4,000 on my fucking car repairs. At some point, I got to come up with $4,000
ideally,
Huh?
we'll talk about that later.
on my Jetta.
Okay.
We'll talk about that later.
I could buy a whole brand new engine for that.
Actually, you probably could. There's fields of those engines.
I know where there's one that's a year young or a year older.
A lot more
Newer.
miles.
Oh,
This is newer.
okay.
Yeah, either way. Ideally, SEMA or SHOT Show will think we're media enough. Let us go. I think Ty could scrape together the funds if we got to go to SHOT Show or SEMA.
Well,
I think he scraped. together the
Professor
funds for
wants
all
to
of
go.
us.
He's got to go with us. But he said if we were to do SHOT Show, we need to apply a year in advance, a year and a half in advance. And I believe him.
So we got to apply now for
For-
2 years from now.
2026.
Yeah.
And we could apply now for next year, and we might get it. We might not, or probably not. But
Probably not,
We
but-
could apply.
But we'd have to. It's not going to be free. It's not even going to be close to free.
What, to get in?
The whole
Or-
trip.
Oh no.
Everything. It's
No.
going to be a couple grand, probably per head.
Each. Yeah.
Why?
Well, you're the fucking Vegas
Okay, what's the best way
Liaison.
to save money in Vegas?
Don't gamble.
Well,
stay at
no
a bunny
shit.
ranch.
Bunny Ranch is 60 miles outside of Vegas.
So?
That doesn't seem like it's that far.
It is. You
I
gotta
hate-
pay an Uber that fucking far.
I hate driving, but for some
hold on.
reason, for some weird fucking
Why
reason,
would we
it
pay
seems
an
pretty
Uber?
close.
We got a DD.
Yeah, no shit.
Rental car
Oh, we
price.
got a good deal on rental cars. We run it. Yeah, we run it.
I tried that code. That code ain't worth shit.
But fuck, it ain't.
It doesn't work.
Fuck, it don't. You tried the wrong one. Enterprise or
Yeah,
dude, it works.
it won't work online. You got to be in person.
No, it works in online.
Try it.
I did. I took screenshots of it. I couldn't believe how much I saved.
Lately, because everybody I looked at and everybody on the pages
Yeah,
said it no longer works
it
online.
was probably maybe a year ago.
said it no longer works online.
Okay, so we must have a new one. Let's get the new
So,
one.
And
Either way, if we want to go to the Bunny Ranch, we have a DD.
but anyway,
I just want to look. I don't want to.
Yeah, okay.
depending on when we go,
Well, be during SEMA and fucking SHOT
Everything's
Show
going
and
to cost a fortune.
well, if ABN really is going on, then I don't need to fucking Google a bunny ranch at all. I'll be busy.
I was gonna say, all I gotta know is in advance, we got a place to stay.
Think we can
You've
get
got the
spots?
You still got that thing,
Yeah.
dude? I don't know if you got the spot for that because somebody else is going to be taking
Yeah,
that. Fuck.
that's
You're gonna want it in
busy
advance.
time.
This year, when we were talking about it,
Yeah.
no, there was openings. I could have booked us to go tomorrow, or the next day. I checked all Deering, and there was openings. I could have went tomorrow.
We got the hookups.
Dude,
We
I
just
think
got to
can
get
pull
the
it off.
approval to go. Get the media pass.
Yeah.
That's the only
Hey,
thing. I mean,
wait.
flights. Best price, fly out of Detroit
Yeah.
for flights.
Dude,
Well, for the little bit extra,
I'll take Con Air out.
for the little bit extra, fly out of Lansing.
Yeah, right.
See, I've tried.
I wonder if we can't
It's
get a
not
good
little
deal.
bit. It's freaking $200 to $300 extra
Okay,
to
but
fly out of
That's
GR
might be
or
worth it.
freaking Lansing.
We might have a hookup for that too, right next to the pit. That guy's a TSA,
Huh?
and so is
So is leather.
yeah.
yeah. And you have hazmat, right?
No.
Oh, well, you and I can use pre-check and get right the fuck there.
Catch up with us.
We'll be at
we'll
the
be
gate.
we'll be at the bar.
Whatever. Anytime I go through TSA, I never get stopped. They flag me right through. They ask me about my hearing aids, and I keep
What?
You're good.
Pretty much. I asked him. I said, "Do I need to take my hearing aids out?" Hey, look, nope, you're good.
Since we're on it, here we go. This is gonna get hot.
Wait, hold on. Wait. If we can go to Vegas, you and I can do the buffet of buffets together.
It hasn't came back yet.
What? Fucking
It's
horse
still
shit.
unavailable since
Fix it,
freaking
Vegas.
hasn't-
Fix it.
Hasn't became available since freaking.
You can hear the
Demerara.
withdrawal. You can hear the bacon withdrawals
Trust me,
in his
I
voice.
wanted to go.
They haven't recovered since the last time he was there.
The Demerara virus freaking screwed me out of the buffet of buffets.
They said, "Holy fuck, that guy!
You can hear the withdrawals in his voice.
His veins are sizzling."
Starting to look like a crack addict over here.
Dude, not talking about bacon, but last night off fast food,
So
got-
bacon.
I got 3 16-ounce T-bone steaks, Angus, and 5 16-plus ounce porterhouses. All for less than $8 a piece.
Not bad. I'm gonna raid your freezer though.
Okay.
We've talked about it 100 times, and so far, I don't know why it hasn't happened, but now we have a reason why it could.
Uh-oh.
Ammo. Prices and shortage. Did I send you the screenshots? If I didn't, I'm about to read them. Let me
You
excuse
haven't
me while I
sent
whip
me
this
a
up.
screenshot, so I'm a little scared at the moment.
The great powder shortage of 2024 is said to be imminent. Many importers and manufacturers are claiming that the nitrocellulose, a core component of gunpowder that originates from the cotton plant in China, is facing a shortage. The shortage is caused by China themselves, as they are allegedly refusing to sell nitrocellulose to Western nations or Europe and only supplying Russian interests.
So, open
Currently,
up all the
we are
southern
enjoying
cotton
some-
farms again.
Currently, we are enjoying some of the lowest ammo prices in years, but if this is true, it will disrupt the supply chain dramatically before the election, causing fall ammo prices to skyrocket. Gunpowder's going up. We knew it was gonna at some point, and things just got worse. That was one of the stories. Another one. So I Googled it. Nitrocellulose shortage. Europe battles powder shortage to supply shells for Ukraine. Another headline. Gunpowder, a possible shortage. General ammunition discussion. Another one. The column. Number 137. Ammo shortage. 3 more years. We don't know. Ammo shortage. So, that being said,
Well, okay.
I ordered another 1,000 rounds of 9 today.
You got to sit
me.
here and wonder, why are we getting shortages because some other countries having issues?
Because they refuse to sell to us.
No.
And our government doesn't
No.
want us to have it.
That's just, why aren't we doing this here? It's like the microchips with COVID. COVID shut down all these microchip plants over in China, and now all of a sudden we had microchip shortages.
Conveniently.
So all these new cars couldn't be produced. By the way, market still hasn't recovered from that.
There's still cars that don't have microchips in them.
All those vehicles were produced without microchips, and that actually pushed the big three to start producing chips on American soil. But you got to build the building, you got to build the lines, you got to get people trained on lines. You're looking at a couple of years to start producing. And if China knows we're not going to buy from them for much longer, why would they keep catering to us?
Well, apparently we need to start
but that's
planting
the
some
thing.
cotton fields.
That's the thing, is your buddy Biden isn't going to allow it to happen, just like the pipelines. He stopped us pipelining freaking petroleum.
What was it?
We
He,
become more dependent on foreign fuels.
He
so
shut down.
we're more dependent on freaking gunpowder.
What was it? He shut down the pipeline, said, you can always go learn to code. And then, what was it? In the last year, some coders have been getting laid off in mass amounts.
Shut down the Keystone Pipeline day one
Yeah.
and said, we can't afford to build a wall. How much has he pissed away and how many times?
No.
Fucking
Wait, hold on.
How much government money has he
Shut the
spent on
fuck
blow?
up. His son. He's going back to building the wall, but he phrased it as...
Bullshit.
No, he's phrased it as, we're filling in the gaps left by the previous administration.
Yeah.
He did the whole thing to spin it as Trump was fucking useless, but I'm going to build the wall.
Because the she, they, thems fucking eat up whatever he says. Yeah, he's right. Trump bad guy. Red orange man bad. Bullshit. No, dude, I'm telling you what. Give me a fucking... Introduce me to a they, them. I'm going to show them a fucking this and that.
Speaking of
These
they,
motherfuckers.
how do you like all these pro-Palestine movements? It's all the... Hold on.
Hilarious.
All the pro-Palestine people are they, thems, which is weird that they will spend so much time talking about how shitty America is and how Palestine should be free, but they will not go to Palestine and march with the Palestinians.
I'd like to give them all
demand for their
fucking
freedom.
tannerite filled jackets.
Why? You just send them over there. Palestinians will throw them off the building for being gay.
No, not if you ask them. Anyway,
Well, hold
cars, guns.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hold on.
Talking about blowing people up. I mean,
You know, I got reminded today.
Oh,
A coworker jokingly said, "Why are you gay?" But like kind of an African accent, and all I could think is that
I've seen
old
that.
African interview The interviewer looks at this woman he's interviewing, says, "Why are you gay?" And she said, "Who said I am gay?" He paused for a second and goes, "You are gay."
What was the context on that though? I can't remember.
I think it was probably talking about AIDS or something
No,
stupid.
it was. I can't remember, but it was funny. Yeah.
But there's also...
So we might have the professor and Adam back next week, and I'm working on it right now.
There's also the old one where they're talking about the dangers of homosexuality, and they talked about what homosexuals do, and a big key part of it that sticks in my head was they eat the poo-poo.
Like I said, dude, I don't care if they're gay, but I mean, it's still going to make for fun banter. We're still going to bust the proverbial balls kind of thing, right?
Okay, I will give Trigger shit for being gay for driving a Mustang.
Yeah, I mean,
But I don't
can't not.
actually give a shit if someone's gay.
I don't give a shit if anybody's fucking gay.
I just like to cut you down for the Mustang any way I can. Usually it's cubes.
And that's fine. That's fine because I get back at you when I pass your ass like you're standing still.
Yeah, because I was at the gas station. That thing's a thirsty bitch.
I mean, it's got to look at all the fucking cubic inches it's got to feed.
You mean oil station. Because you had to go in and get the fucking oil.
Hey, it burns through it decently.
That fucking
I might as
Camaro be
well-
the next thing to break a clutch
I
brake.
need a heavy-duty four-post lift so I can park the truck above it and just funnel the oil that leaks out into it.
Do what they used to do on two-stroke Detroits. Hang a bunch of fucking jugs underneath it to catch the oil to put back in the engine.
Hang on, I'll catch up. God. Do I have anything else for the gun stuff? I don't. I don't at the moment.
Okay,
Oh,
so
that's what it was. Website ideas. On break.
real quick. The why are you
Right on
gay
here.
thing
Yeah.
is from 2012 English morning show called Morning Breeze in Uganda. In the episode, transgender LGBT rights activist Pepe Julian Onzima.
Hey.
Oh,
Is-
she's an
is the
activist.
woman.
She wasn't even. Yeah.
Yeah, she's an LGBT
That's what it
rights
was.
activist with Simon Kagwa.
That's the guy.
Yeah, and Pastor Martin Semba on homosexuality. And then this person said, I felt when watching it, there was a misunderstanding of gay from the host's perspective. But I still just can't get over, why are you gay?
Dude,
Followed up
it's a
closely
famous.
by, you are gay.
It's pretty famous video. Here's one for you. I mean, we're getting off. We're going back into politics like we tried not to do on this episode. But Nancy Pelosi's net worth will hit $250 million by the end of May. She's made over $7 million in stock market this month alone. Her annual salary is $174,000. Should she even be allowed to trade?
I think
Fuck no.
there's a service online that you link your stock profile with them, or I guess their stock profile, and whatever Pelosi does, it moves your money to follow suit. Because obviously she's doing some dirty stuff, so you might as well make a profit off of it.
Sons of Liberty Gunworks?
Sounds too much like Sons of Anarchy.
No,
That's the one that went to prison, isn't it?
No, he's the one that makes the really high-end AR-15s.
Oh, then maybe it was Sons of Guns.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one's
Okay.
FYI. We have just received the following message from Vista Outdoors, which is the big parent company of all ammo, all the big ammos. Alliant Powders. Due to the worldwide shortage of nitrocellulose, the Vista Outdoor supply agreement for the sale of Alliant powder canisters has been suspended for an unknown period. At this time, we have no timeline for the fulfillment, and we will be canceling outstanding Alliant orders in our system. Representatives will provide updates and coordinate new orders based on availability. I'm telling you, $250 for 124 grain 9mm, 1,000 rounds,
Ain't a bad price.
and I got it tax free.
Yeah, ain't a bad price.
Free shipping, tax free, $249 for $249. It's $239 for 115 grain.
But now on the other hand,
You shoot the expensive shit because I don't know why.
Because
last time I bought a case of 9, it was like $224 case shipped to the door. But that was a year
Same
and a
price.
half ago. But on the other hand, and not saying this to be a Debbie Downer, but do we need to slow down on shooting it up and wasting it more?
You got to learn how to shoot and hit.
Oh yes,
You know what I mean?
I very much agree.
I
But
think we need to take some training classes. I think there's something to it, man. I think
So, you say I shoot the expensive stuff. So when I moved into 40, that was the go-to FBI round
and
law enforcement.
I was
At
gonna
the
say,
time,
and-
it was. However, I'm pretty sure, based on the pussification of police, they moved to 9 because them limp-wristed people like Ty, moving into the police force because they got bullied as a kid, couldn't handle the recoil of a 40.
they're talking 40 is obsolete, and they're going to stop making them and selling them at some point.
They won't.
They're going to slow down at least.
They're going to slow down.
well, and
but
it's a
they
lot
won't.
like
9mm
older
don't go
rifle
anywhere.
calibers also.
9mm is always going to be cheaper. How much is a 1,000 rounds of 40?
Dude, I got thousands sitting around. I mean, I have
Okay,
a
so
box of
let's
25 sitting around.
break it down. 50 rounds of 9 you can get for about $15.
Okay.
50 rounds of 40 is about $25 to $28. 380 is about $25 to $28.
Which is a shitty 9mm.
I like it still.
Yeah. I wanted
have
a
one
3
just because I wanted it.
380 I wanted a 380 to begin with, and everybody talked me out of it. So, and I'm glad they did. Your brother Andy actually was the first one to tell me, "Nah, don't do it."
He bought a 380.
He did. He goes, 9mm is the same thing, a little bigger, and you just be able to find it everywhere
1,000 rounds of 40, 460.
for 1,000 rounds.
Yeah.
So $200 more than 9.
much?
MagTech brand.
220.
MagTech brand, which is
You said you paid $250 for 1,000 rounds.
Yeah.
It was $460,
Yeah,
so $210.
MagTech's not high end. It's not low end. It's medium, middle of the road. I bought this America brand today. I could buy the same thing in.
Blue box,
Oh fuck, I don't know.
American Tactical.
No.
Oh.
You can buy the PMJ or P. What is that? P. Other stuff for the same price.
FMJ, Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, but now the P. Oh, fuck, I can find it right here. But give me a minute.
Or JHP.
No. they that was $400 some.
Oh, I bet it was.
Yeah. So
about 40 cents a pound or a round is lowest I'm seeing on this supplier for 40.
As I say, everybody buys home defense rounds. They buy their own 25 round box, a home defense round, or 20
if I
round
can
box.
knock them down with a full
be
metal
honest-
jacket, I'll finish them with a full metal jacket.
To be honest, I have Remington Full Metal Jacket or jacketed hollow points.
PMC.
That's what
PMC is about the same price for 115.
PMC brass
Yeah.
or PMC bronze.
Bronze, whatever. But that America shit right there's what I bought.
That ain't bad.
About the 124 grain. But anyway,
Well, we as a collective need to start reloading. That'll save us a ton of money.
easier. I know, but dude, I love guns and I don't want it to take over my life. I have way too many hobbies. Mike Wessendorp told me that one day, and when he said it to me, I'll never forget it, dude. I mean, it's been years. I still remember. He goes, dude, you have too many fucking hobbies, and I'm like, he's not wrong. I have way too many. I have the scooters. I got the cars. I got the fucking quads. I got the side by side. I got. At the time, I had trucks. Yeah, I just have too many things going on.
So do I.
Do I need to reload?
Need to? No. But I feel like it would
Well,
save us a ton.
I think I'm going to have to. With stories like that, I think you're right. I think I'm going to have to at some point. And once people start reloading, the price of that equipment's going to go up.
Yep.
Supply and demand.
But that's also why we need to start saving brass now.
Dude, there's enough brass out there for me.
Yeah,
Just
but
for me.
we have to polish that and see if any of it's any good sitting out there in the weather and corrosion.
Why? Just throw it in the fucking tumbler. Good. Brass.
But if it's got corrosion marks and stuff, it won't hold the
It
pressure.
won't, yeah. You got to make sure it can hold the pressure as well.
Somebody needs to go out there and save it then.
Well,
That's
Matt,
why I pick it up every
we
time
need
after
to
we're
start laying
done.
a tarp.
I know. Oh, dude, I know. I should. Fuck, I got
The only bad thing about
It's
that
a
is
seat.
friggin' hot round hits friggin' tarp, it melts to the friggin' round.
Dude, once you walk out there for a little bit, to the right of the fucking bar,
The ground
It's-
glimmers a lot.
dude, it's fucking bad. Dude, it's bad. Especially when you just mag dump. Pretty soon we're going to be wading through fucking brass. God. And I haven't been out since we went shooting. 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
As I say, I did a few. I did it a while back with my brother-in-law.
You said
And
brother-in-law's got some walk behind thing that just picks it right up.
Yep.
I would love to go out there and look at it. Ask him if I'm invited somehow or another. Just say
no, I'll just show you what the hell it is.
all right. I'd like to see and try it. I'd like to try it and I don't know.
Yeah, that would actually save us a ton of effort.
Fuck. Now it's all kind of buried in the dirt from walking on it and shit. And rain and
Okay, so let's choose this one. 224,
what?
223,
Yeah.
1,000 rounds of just the bullet. 223 is 15.1 cents per round for just the bullet. So we'd have to
I'm
reload.
paying 43 cents a round now. But if I can't get the fucking nitrocellulose or gunpowder,
Yeah.
what
Smokeless
good's
powder.
any of that shit?
Smokeless powder, $151 for 1,000 just bullets. That's on the high end. That's a 69 grain. Here you go.
What are we doing? 62 grain, 55 grain?
Here's 55 grain, full metal jacket, boat tail, just the bullets, 1,000 rounds. It's $112, so 11.2 cents a round. And you can buy in quantities of 7,000.
Well, I thought Ryan was going to hook us up with the 5.56 stuff, but I still ain't seen that yet.
But if you could get all the parts, primers, brass that's decent, we could save a decent amount per round. But we'd all have to kick in because we'd all be dumping shit into it.
Yep. I ain't afraid of that.
But then it would lessen the cost of us going on a random range trip.
Let's see. 40 S&W. When is the Culver's car show? Are you going to have your car ready?
All you gotta do is take the freaking off the.
Yeah, but I thought you were going to paint it.
Didn't he tell you?
Probably wait.
Didn't you change your mind on that?
Not necessarily changed my mind, but it brings me joy the way it is right now, so I'm just gonna drive it.
Let's see. Denoyer Ford has a car show coming up. Parrington has a car show. Door.
'Cause I don't want to go that far. You guys can.
Sparta.
Oh, there's 1,000 rounds of 40 for $400. That ain't bad.
Culver's Grand Rapids had a car show already.
I think this woman needs to do one every Thursday night. She'd make money, I think.
Yeah.
Even if she charged $5 a fucking show car to show up. Just to cover her ass on the back end of it.
I
'Cause she's going to have insurance.
I
and
think
whatever else.
she got. I think she got covered with people going in and getting food. Because let's be honest,
One day, but on a weekend thing, like everybody's going to bring a cooler or whatever every week. I don't know. We'll have to talk to her about it. I think
well,
you two could
Have you
talk to her
been
because I
over
can't
there?
get caught talking to her.
have you been over there lately to see if she has a poster? or
No,
anything
I was
up?
going to mention that if we need to make a walk over there or whatever. We could take a golf cart or something.
We'll have to go. 3 up in the side by side.
No, that ain't not gonna happen. Yeah, you know what? Maybe you in the back.
But go over there, see if there's a flyer, because I haven't heard anything on the local page or anything. Not like I look at the
Last
local-
time me and Trigger went over there, she had a flyer on a bar.
on the bar.
That was the last time last year. Took a picture of it because it was just Actually, we had to make a copy for us.
Okay, so its specific design is a nut collector.
Nut collector.
Yep.
I think I know her.
About 4 foot nothing.
Yeah.
That's what my brother-in-law uses. It picks the grass or the brass up out of his grass.
Can you find one online for sale? Because I don't
Yeah.
think. I mean, if TSC sells one, maybe the TSC does sell one. I just order and
TSC
get
has it in stock.
Really?
Yeah, right here. Hold on
Send
a
me
second. Or do you want it off Amazon?
Well, send me bowls and we'll see what the price difference is. If it's not terrible different, I'd rather get it local. Anyway, we got to talk. We got a podcast we're trying to run.
Yeah, instead of playing on our phones.
Yeah, no shit. So we talked about the income. We talked about the ammo problem. What are we missing? We talked cars a little bit. Car show stuff. I got mine out. Picked Bianca up today from school. She was pretty pumped about it. She wasn't pumped, but she's like not visually pumped, but you can tell she's pretty happy about that. So
I've driven the car a little bit. Enjoyed the weather. Got the T-tops out. I need to get it back in for another car wash, but that means I got to put the tops back in, which is a whole lot of more work than I feel like doing.
last weekend I had mine and I backed it up underneath that tree. 5 minutes, bird shit right on it. You motherfuckers.
He knows the true use of a freaking vet.
So I took the when I pulled the Camaro out of storage, I took it down to the car wash, and I washed everything except the top of the car.
That's kind of the rule of fucking T-tops.
2 in stock at Ionia.
Oh, really? How
Yep.
much?
$35.
God, that ain't bad.
But
Hey,
yeah,
I don't know.
I-
Shit,
and-
yeah.
well, okay. I'll go buy it. If it doesn't work for brass, I got fucking pine cones that are getting on my nerves.
There you
There you go. All right,
go.
All right.
Walmart.
No,
TSC.
TSC.
I'll go over there tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, I was actually gonna this next week coming up. I was gonna get the Mustang out, park it out in the driveway, run that ozone generator in it,
Yeah.
and
The meter
Yeah.
meter tester.
yeah, pretty much. I was gonna run the ozone generator inside it and then wash it off and start driving it around. Because it's insured, it's plated,
I don't
ready
think
to go.
it's too late for me yet. So if you guys want to, you tell me and I will call this guy back. I got a phone call today from Metro Cruise. He asked me if I want my spots, and I told him no. I'd rather scoot. I'd rather just goof off.
No, I'd rather scoop.
I'd rather goof off. So,
Is what it is.
yeah. I think he was like, he asked me about it, and he goes, well, didn't you end up somewhere else? And I'm like, yeah, I ended up at Berger, but I don't think I'm going to do that again either. And he's like, and he kind of follows. I'm like, I have scooters, these little gas-powered scooters, and I'd rather ride them around. They're so much fun. That's way more fun than sitting with my car all day. And he's like, oh, sorry, bro. He's selling fucking parking spots to somebody else.
No, I don't blame you for that, but I would rather ride scooters back and forth up downtown.
All over,
Maybe up and
all
down freaking 28th Street during
still-
Metro
I
Cruise
said
a little
the
bit.
only thing I hate about the fucking whole Metro Cruise is the asshole pedal bikes going down the middle lane, popping wheelies, and almost hitting people. I want to reach out and kill them.
I think
And he goes, "Yeah, that's a big problem. You're not supposed to ride down that middle." I'm like, "Right." And he goes, "We don't. We just cruise around and we're 50-year-old men goofing off all day, getting sunburned." And I'm sorry, but he goes, "Okay, I get it, man."
I think this year you should take the mud truck in just to do one rip down 28th Street. And we will meet you on the other side to secure it and get it the fuck out of there before the cops show up.
That was the thing. There was, I think, every third car was a cop last year.
It was bad. So after COVID, what was the first year back? Whatever year was the first year back from COVID, it was a wild. It was a
23.
wild west out there.
23.
It was fucking crazy. No.
22.
Yeah. 23 was, they busted everybody for everything. That was last year. 23 was last year. They
When
busted
did
everybody.
when did
22
we go park at the tall person's house?
I don't know.
Where
But
did we
Would've
park
been-
last year?
I need my first beer.
Last year we parked at Berger.
That's right. So the year prior to that, we parked at Jimmy's.
No, I don't think I went the year prior. I think I went 22, which we parked at
Tall guy.
Tall Guy's house.
But whatever year we came back from COVID, it was the wild, wild west. Dude, there was cars getting away with everything. Monster
That
trucks,
was
fucking
the
whatever.
year we parked at Tall Guy's house. Was the year that you said, because I left early and I said, on the way home, I called you and said, hey, it's starting to rain. You might want to. And you're like, oh shit. And they're like, it's getting crazy up here. And I had friends call me and say, yeah, we were up here. They're doing freaking just minute-long burnouts right in the middle of 28th
Fucking
Street.
Z06 is doing burnouts, and they're right sideways going right down 28th Street. All they had to do was hook one time, and it would come right back around. They didn't give a shit about nothing.
Here's
Like,
the
holy
thing.
fuck.
Because everyone did that 1 year, the police knew next year we got to have everybody here.
They did.
Mandatory overtime to enforce that because some people were stupid.
Last
They
year was a
didn't
little
keep
much.
it within reasonable.
We stopped and talked
I'm
to
sure the cops could allow
Trish's ex-husband. Why am I drawing a blank?
Greg.
I'm sure the cops could allow some things to slide. But when it's all day
It
and
was.
all night,
But again,
This
also
can't-
It
with,
went from
with
one
what you
extreme
said,
one year to the other.
yeah.
big ass mud truck doing a smoky burnout with open headers down 28th Street. I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to pick that one out.
The whole crowd's gonna go. Couldn't do that with a Ford engine.
Yeah.
Well, no, the cops will pull up. Where'd he go? What?
He fucking did that shit at Buzzy's car show, and he's down like the backside of the Merchants building, and he's opening it right up. Ram! Buzzy's like, shut him down, and I'm like, why? Fuck, it's fucking awesome. He looks at me all pissed off. I'm like, no.
What do you
Oh,
want
that
me to
was
do?
when I was
He
going
can't
across.
fucking hear me.
Backside of the Merchants. You went back there and let her eat.
What do you want me to
Oh,
do?
I was
He
back
can't
by
hear me.
the old
I gonna do?
helicopter landing pad. I was back by the old helicopter landing pad, and he came across the
This was
two-way.
last year. Devin was there. I was there. Devin had his S10 with a big blower on it.
Okay.
The big tire S10. It was last year. At the Three Jokers. I got that, wherever that Corvette Award thing went. It's over there. I
Okay.
think it's over somewhere. I don't
I
know.
don't think I opened it up out there.
Yeah, he did. It was awesome.
Okay.
See, you pissed off Buzzy.
It's not the first time. When we did the Badass Truck Expo down there, he called over the radio that one time. Whoever that is, shut it down because we can't hear nothing. And that
Perkins
was me
or whoever it was
running
doing a wheelie
wide
through
open.
the fucking mud pit. He had this great big Ranger or something. I don't
He's
know.
got a two-door Ford Explorer.
The big SUV thing.
Yep.
He's on the back door. Going through the mud pit, and Sally's screaming on the radio, "Get him to stop!" And I'm like, "No way!" I'm yelling at her, "No way!" She's yelling at me, and I'm like, "Fuck
This is
that.
what people are here
This
for.
is why they're here.
This is
They
what
didn't
people
understand
wanted to
that.
see.
These people are coming back next year because this guy's showing off."
Yep. And I know some. Well, yeah, we won't get into that one.
There's some accidents. No joke. There was some bad fuck ups there.
But I know some people that got pissed off because they got shut down, so they could do the sand drags.
Why? Stay back there and
No.
play.
Nope, they were told they got called out and said, "Get out of the mud pit. We're shutting
Why?
it down so they can do the sand drags." Because
Because the safety crew's not there.
no, because Buzz and everybody else wanted the crowds up there, and they didn't want to have to compete and be over. And
Same people that want to watch the dirt drags.
yep,
Can watch
that was the argument we made with
I mean, we were
Buzz.
partying
and,
back by the
well,
mud pretty heavy.
yeah,
anyway.
yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah. Anyway,
That's like the worst fucking mud ever back there. It is blacker than night. 100 feet down.
It's nasty shit.
It's fucking rough.
But it was awesome. Mm-hmm. It would throw like nothing other.
God.
All over people.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, what are we talking about right now?
Well, now we're I don't know, cars and guns, because...
Okay,
It's who we
so
are.
went to swap meet last Saturday.
Yep.
Took daughter. Thought it was gonna be cool. First real swap meet. She was gonna try and get some parts for her truck that she wants to build. I gave her a truck for Christmas that she can put together. She can build. I got a lot of parts. I don't have all the parts.
I don't know how you don't have all the
Well,
parts, dude. How the fuck do you not
I'm
have
not
everything?
gonna say I don't have all the parts for it. I have
He
all
doesn't
the
have an
parts
LS
for it.
on hand.
You don't need 60 fucking grills. You don't need 60 driver's side doors.
He
Shut
doesn't-
up.
Hold
Don't
on.
judge me. Anyway,
So
so
hold on. The big part he's missing is the LS.
no,
Oh, for sure.
no, that's the small, tiny part I'm not missing. Anyway,
You want it to run?
went to the swap meet at Hudsonville
They
Fairgrounds.
still make
It's,
LSs. They quit making 305s.
the
I might pull
annual.
that 305 soon. You want it?
No, nope. It can be the fucking boat anchor it was intended for.
Oh, you mean the rear axle when that 305 destroys it?
Went to the Ford Bronco swap meet, annual Hudsonville swap meet. Taught her the process of negotiating. She had to negotiate on some of her parts that she wanted. I
There's
made
a
her
name
do
for
it.
that.
Made her deal with it. Told her what she needed. Told her what stuff was worth, and she kind of talked people down
That's
and
why I asked.
negotiated.
Do you really
and
not have a grill for her?
I don't have anything that's 77. That truck that I gave her is
It's
a 77.
specific? It's not like...
Where the headlights are placed in the core support, we'd had to change the core support over to a 79 core support. 73 to 77 is the same. 78 and 79 are different.
Okay,
Because
so
the
it's-
headlights
okay,
are lower
okay.
mounted, headlights are higher mounted.
Okay.
Because the turn signals on the 78, 79 are under the headlights. 73 to 77 are above the headlights.
I prefer my headlights as high as possible.
And by all means,
Giggity.
I do too. I prefer the 78 to 79s. But I gave her a 77 truck.
Could have been... wish it was a 76. That sounds like a really cool number.
No, 69.
The frame on my truck's a 76.
That's a cool number. 1976 is a cool
Nothing
number.
ever came good out of that freaking year.
Not a
Especially
bad thing.
October-ish.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, I made her talk and negotiate for parts.
You taught her how to...
Yeah.
Negotiate.
Not gonna say it. Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Let's not put it the way that was put earlier.
There was another car show, or not
Yeah,
car
but it was
show.
a hell of a conversation, and I wish we would have fucking put it out there. Like, subscribe, all that shit. We didn't put that in
Comment.
there.
Maybe
Yeah.
next time when that particular subject comes up.
We
We
were
won't
going
cut
to
it.
try and go to a another swap meet that was Saturday. That was I think it was the 51st annual Fowlerville swap meet. So we were going to go to that, but we never made it over there. We got out of the Hudsonville one at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and Fowlerville was an hour and a half away, and it closed in 2 hours.
Yeah, it ain't worth it.
So
By
it
then,
just-
from whatever swap meet, it could be gas pump swap meet. It could be a fucking used Lego convention. I don't care. 9 times out of 10, by the closing time, half the booths are gone.
Oh yeah, I'd say. Okay, so the Hudsonville one was 9 to 3, so 6-hour swap meet. By noon, people were packing up and leaving.
Exactly.
The race car swap meet, it starts at what? 6?
Officially 7:30 and 8. But
Okay.
but I mean, there's guys out there with flashlights.
And it
in the
goes
morning,
till
you know.
like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. By noon, a lot of the vendors have packed up and left. So you have to get down, and especially if you want some decent deals. And, you know, me and the daughter didn't get there super early. It started at 9. I think we pulled in there at 10:30. So we were an hour and a half after it opened. We seen a lot of the parts. Some of the people were pulling out as we half walked through there, but we believe we seen all the vendors that were there.
Yours was a Ford specific.
Yes.
Yes. Which I wouldn't mind going. Was Dan there?
No, he went to the 51st Fowlerville
shit.
one.
No shit.
Yep. He went to the Fowlerville
we're
one.
fucking. Oh, I'm gonna have to call him out on that.
I called him out on
we're
it the other
swap meet
day. He
buddies.
says we were gonna try and come back and get to the Hudsonville one, but he said they left there too late to come back to this one, and he assumed everybody's closed. We went to that one. We were talking about later in the day after done there, driving over to Fowlerville. He's like, yeah, that would have been a long drive.
They really shouldn't have him on the same day.
But one's Ford specific. This is general.
I get it. I don't care. You know. Ford. One's a Ford. One's a Chevy. One's a Dodge. I don't care. Don't have them on the same day because don't have. Yeah.
And that's the thing. I love my Fords. Everybody's gonna freaking ridicule me. In 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Everyone has their preference.
If there was a Chevy,
Some people are gay, it's
if
fine.
there was a Chevy specific swap meet, I would still go to it.
Well, yeah.
To get that LS.
If there was a Dodge, if there was a Chrysler specific one, I would still go to it.
Dude, this fucking old
To buy
man 2 doors down
transmissions?
was a Dodge guy. He
Yep.
had a ton of shit. And
I went
last
down to it.
weekend, they're still having garage sale stuff.
They told me when I was there they wanted you to just buy the whole thing as is.
Yeah, I know. The girls talked to me. I'm like, fuck no. Last weekend, a white dually pulled in here, and we're like, what's going on? Walk over there, and the guy's like, you having a garage sale? And I'm like, 2 doors down, white dually Chevy, race car guy, obviously. That's who they are, the white dually Chevy. I said, 2 doors down, that's the garage sale you're looking for with the race car shit. I said, but it's mostly Dodge, and by now it's all gone. Because,
All the good stuff.
yeah, I mean,
They
all
had, what, 2 small block Chevys sitting there built, or a small block Chevy and a small block Chrysler.
yeah.
Okay.
The small block Chevy was nice. Way overpriced. They wanted
Yes.
like $4,000 for the fucking
I
thing.
thought they said 7. I thought I had 7 on it.
No. It was 4.
Okay.
I took a picture of it. I wonder if I still got it.
Yeah, I'd have to look.
I sent it to Buzz.
Either way, I just like going to swap meets. Even if it's a Dodge swap meet, Dodge, Chrysler, Plymouth, whatever, you're still going to find somebody that throws some Chevy stuff or some Ford
They
stuff
have
in.
some Chevy shit in their
Yep,
garage.
exactly.
And they just want to sell it.
Right there. $4,000.
Okay. Okay, then I'm thinking something else. Maybe it
I
was
don't know.
another engine. I don't know.
There's no way that Chrysler was worth 7. But even at $4,000, this old Chevy small block, I'm sure it was done well. That old man, he was old school, but he knew what he was doing. So, but it wasn't worth $4,000, no. Not when you can buy a fucking LS with computer for $700.
Oh, you can get them cheaper than that. I was just watching somebody get them for $250.
I wish I had. I keep spending my money on dumb shit. Like today, I just spent.
Like Chevys?
I just spent a bunch of money on ammo, which is not dumb shit. I'll use it at some point.
On a chair.
As much as I fucking shoot. Yeah, $250 on fucking
On his phone?
Yeah.
Because he's buying shit online?
He was talking
But-
about Amazon earlier.
But that engine that we called Moody on at the race car swap meet,
Yeah.
Still up, I think.
seriously,
I think.
if you didn't live so fucking far away,
Yeah.
he was in town. He would have drove it here and dropped it off. I should have bought it. I should have offered him half of what he was asking.
I was just saying,
settled on a price.
I've seen quite a few on Marketplace lately.
Okay.
So,
I actually found a truck for Gavin. I thought about going to look at it. It's a 2-wheel drive Chevy V6. Just a cheap, get him around. Add weight in the winter, whatever. But it's a 2014. Anywho, we got to wrap this up at some point here real quick. We didn't get to any of the English
Shit.
questions.
I don't think
What's
we
your
did an
plan?
intro.
Yeah, we did.
Did we?
Yeah,
I
we
don't remember.
did. Yeah, we did. Pretty sure we did.
We did one in the first session. I don't think we did one on this session.
I thought we did.
I thought we just started right in. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry. Wrap this up.
Well, let's.
It
That's
wasn't
it.
so far away.
I thought he had a
this
6-0.
He did. But
He must be a junkyard guy. Let's try to figure out a skeet shoot. Let's try to figure out a Gilmore Car Museum day. I got to get the
We
old lady
need-
on board because, like I said, she's been super good to me, but she needs me for a day at least on the weekend.
We also need to figure out a junkyard day.
Oh yeah, Hendrix needs fucking heat seater for his car because his tushy's getting fucking cold.
Well, no, just find a junkyard we all want to go to and try and go on a Saturday, or maybe even
We haven't done that in
take
a
a
while.
day. Exactly, maybe we take a day off during the week, a Friday, and Hendrix takes a Friday off. Moody takes a Friday off, and we take a big ass truck and a trailer and we go to a fucking junkyard.
The only thing I end up walking out with is a pocket full of fucking
Fuses?
fuses.
Stop with that, because if you want fuses, I got fuses.
But you can't help yourself. Fucking headlight sockets.
I have an engine hoist in the garage. We'll put that on the trailer, and then if someone needs to pick something up,
Oh, normally most of the junkyards, like the U-wrenches and shit, they have gantries,
Yeah.
wheelbarrows to put them in.
either way, we can take a day off.
Even if you don't end up buying anything, take
the
a couple
experience.
hours. Right. You just wander around and look at all the old junk and fucking people pick through and shit. You're right. It's experience. So yes, let's do that.
Yeah.
Hendrix will be in because I know he will because he loves.
You
that
ever
shit.
watch
You
those
can get
guys?
LS
You
for
have
much.
it's like $200 all you can carry. You ever see those
One
videos?
guy like picked
No,
up a
that-
truck bed on his back.
there's
He
this
had
one
shit.
guy.
He
There's
had
this one
shit
guy that
slung
does it
over.
professionally, to where he walks in there and he takes a bar in with him. He literally has a LS on each side. Picks it up
Honest.
like a freaking
Barbell?
squat bar. Carries it out, has almost like a baby carrier for the front and a baby carrier for the back. He puts that on first, fills that with shit, gets under the bar, and somebody
Holy
helps him pick the
shit.
bar, and he literally walks into the building carrying these engines, walks up there, everything I could carry, right? And then sets it down. And then they
Holy
put it
shit.
in wheelbarrows and take it out.
Well, since the professor owns a Ford truck, he's in. he needs fucking calipers like
There was
every
one guy
month.
that
He needs a new caliper every
walked
month.
through, had shit hanging off his shoulders, and he was holding a truck bed on his back.
Oh my god, that's $1,000 easy.
Yeah,
But
he got a cheap.
I got a
truck
Dodge. I'm gonna need one pretty soon.
bed.
Father's Day.
Transmission.
Father's Day, a lot of the U-Wrench at LKQs do half off body parts or half off body panels, or
I think
maybe it's half off
everything.
Okay.
I think they have everything.
I was gonna say, it used to be a long time ago. They had sales on body panels. It was like,
I mean, I could tell the old lady
no,
do
I'm
a
not gonna
Saturday
say
morning.
that. Huh?
Father's Day set. No, because I don't know. Yes, actually, that sounds like more fun than Gilmore with the billion assholes walking around.
Take a Friday off.
We doing it
Say
on
it'd be
Friday.
better to do it on a Friday,
Less people.
Yeah.
but we got to pick a direction. Battle Creek, Grand Rapids, Lansing.
Grand Rapids has Lucky's, LKQ, Weller. We could do 2 or 3.
Lansing
Yeah.
has Shrams and Cats.
Yeah,
Take 2 trucks.
used to be able to get out to
Not-
Schroeder's
I mean,
also.
I'm not buying
Totally
anything.
never be able to.
I just go for the experience and the fun and walk around the mud.
But let's say we could pull an LS in 20 minutes.
20 minutes. I mean, if we take a
Somebody's
Sawzall-
already robbed the freaking 4L60 because you know they always freaking blow out, or
Yeah.
the 4L80 because they're junk.
4L80s are decent.
Someone probably took the
They're all
wiring
junk.
harness already because they got a short in part of it.
Somebody took the fuse block.
It's the
or-
exhaust manifolds that bother me the most.
No, you leave it on there. Take it with.
Oh yeah,
Deal
I
with
know.
it in a shop with a welder.
It might take 3 or 4 days to get the fucking manifolds off.
But I watch a lot of guys and they say, nope. On average, even if the transmission's in the truck, they can pull an LS out of these 02 to whatever 15 trucks in a little over 45 minutes.
Well,
You
you're-
want to
you're not
make sure you
worried
get the
about
right
scrap-
year because you don't want the DOD. The cam's already
Yep.
fucked. You don't want the.
Well,
Change the
you're not-
DOD over.
Here's
but
the
I
thing.
guess
But
you
if
gotta
it
have a
came to-
different ECM.
when you go to pull it out, you're not worried about scratching the paint.
Touche. Take a sawzall to fucking hack the fucking exhaust right after the manifolds. Not
Yeah.
that you'd even keep the manifold. You're going to put tubes on it.
Yeah. But to get it out of the car as fast as possible, cut the fucking exhaust, pull all the connectors off, just throw them to the side. Doesn't fucking matter.
Maybe we should make that a goal as a crew to get an LS out for whatever reason, who's ever.
Well, hold on. We get several tries. We get several tries at it. If it takes 45 minutes, let's see if we can best it.
Not
not a
even
bad
that.
idea.
I'm just thinking that, you know what?
Moving on.
You bring the camera,
If we can
set
go
it up
have
on
to
that
record
fucking
the whole
tripod.
There we go. We can bring the lavalier things. We can talk through the whole damn thing, giving each other shit. Hey, you pussy, get fucking moving.
Lefty loosey, dipshit.
Every 5 minutes
I thought you were a mechanic.
as we're sitting there.
You think these junk cars allow us to drink beer?
They don't need to know.
Can koozies for the win. Bring that nipple.
What's with that gigantic fucking Yeti? Don't worry about it. It's for hauling out fucking parts.
For hauling all the fuses we harvest.
You don't need to check it on the way out either, bitch. You brought an
We
empty.
walk
You
in,
brought
we're
an empty
struggling.
Yeti with you.
Walk in, you're struggling to carry this cooler. You walk out, you carry it, drag it in one hand.
Throw it up on one
Open it
shoulder
up
like
and
it's nothing.
empty beer cans.
No, we could at least donate the scrap aluminum.
There's a bunch of dirty Mexicans picking our fucking cans up.
Go find one of the Alumiduty Fords and just throw all the cans in the back. So you're donating to the cause.
Oh God. Oh shit. I'll call him back.
Well,
You want to send it?
we're at an hour and a half ish.
Oh yeah, send
Okay.
it. I'll answer this.
Here's to those that wish us well.
All the rest can go to hell.
See ya.